Hey everyone, I'm glad you're back with us. It's Nick Karadza here again. I keep saying that. I know you know who it is, but I should let you know. Something came up today where I'm sitting here. I'm kind of just early for a team meeting with the team. We do these every week just to kind of regroup and recap. So I'm reading the Financial Post this morning, and there's an article in it that really just strikes a chord with me. And it's about this. I don't know if you can see it. Housing starts beat projection, right? So the new CMHC data is out, and the housing starts for May are way up over the previous month. You know, they beat projections, and if you read it, it's an upbeat story, and I've already got an email from someone saying, oh, you know, so the housing market's up, and, you know, what people don't understand is 1 month doesn't make a housing market. Right? It doesn't really matter to what happens 1 month. So housing markets are going to go up, the starts are going to go up, and maybe because they were high in May, they're going to be lower in June because all these applications got approved in May. So now they're going to be low in June, and maybe the headline reads, oh, housing starts plunge for June as opposed to May. But what we have to realize as investors is we have to go underneath, behind the scenes to see what's happening. We can't read these headlines and base our decisions off this. It's just like any good investor. I mean, any good stock investor is going to look at what's happening in the news and what's happening in the world to see where to invest his money into stocks. It's like how we as real estate investors, we don't just look at these real estate headlines. We have to understand what's happening behind the scenes. So I look at business headlines as well, and I read those articles to get an understanding of what's going on. So, a very apparent story is what's happening with the car industry right now and General Motors. Well, a lot of people might not really realize, but little things like that have an impact on the real estate market. And what happens with General Motors is going to affect Oshawa whether they want it to or not. And what happens with John Deere is going to affect John Deere manufacturing the industries as well. So we got to realize that. So as an investor, we have to look at these headlines, and we have to go behind the scenes and not get caught up in all this hype, because the headlines are going to go up and down and all over the place. But we really need to look at the long-term projections and focus on the underlying aspects of the real estate market. And for more information like this is the type of information that we want to expose people to with the Rockstar Inner Circle. Right? So that's what we're trying to do. And within the first month of the Rockstar Inner Circle, we give you the tools and like the websites and the guide to gathering this information that you need to make yourself more successful as a real estate investor. Because it's doing the things that other people won't do. It's getting that information, and it's going that next step. That's how you're going to become more successful. Okay? It's not watching these late night TV shows and thinking you know what you're doing. I've seen a lot of people do flips and do some things the wrong way because of some these late night TV shows. And next week, that's what we're gonna touch on. There's some good examples. And also, I'll get back to some of your questions about this controlling your investments that I had from a couple weeks ago. There's been a couple good questions. Some people are really curious as to why they think I have something against these types of prepackaged investments, which I don't. So, but it's really important. This is the foundation to every type of investing, is understanding what's really happening and not seeing one headline and thinking the housing market's going to recover, now's the time to jump in. It may not be, right? So if you're looking for that information, we have some spots available at the Rockstar Inner Circle right now. We'll probably be shutting it down again in a couple weeks. It sold out last time. We expect the same again. And that's it. Well, we'll talk to you next week. Take care.